These three problems are from the homework assignment angles practice, numbers 1 through 12. I chose three to do some examples so that you can save these for to help you solve other problems. Okay, so in this case, we have if the measure of FDE equals 3x minus 15. All right, well, first I want to identify what angle is FDE. Well, here I got F. Here we go. We have FDE, okay? So that angle is 3x minus 15. And then I have angle FDB. So that's FDB. That's whole angle here is 5x plus 59. And it says find the value of x such that angle FDE and angle FDB are supplementary. Now, supplementary is a vocabulary word you should remember, in that supplementary angles add to 180 degrees. But if you couldn't remember what supplementary was, take a look at your diagram. We have our green angle plus our red angle together create a straight line. And straight lines have 180 degrees. So whether you use the diagram or the vocabulary word, you know we can say that angle FDE plus angle FDB together add to equal 180 degrees. So from here, we're going to substitute in our algebraic expressions. So 3x minus 15 plus 5x plus 59 equals 180. Now once I've substituted in my values, I can then combine like terms. So you notice I have 3x and 5x, and I have negative 15 and a positive 59. So I'm going to add those together. A negative 15 plus a positive 59. Let me grab my calculator here. So I have a negative 15 plus a positive 59 gives me a positive 44 when I add those together. And then when I add my x's, I get 3x plus 5x. That gives me 8x. And of course, together, they equal 180. So after you combine like terms, or CLT for short, we are then going to, remember we have to solve for x. And to solve for x means we need to get x by itself. So I need to subtract 44 from both sides. Bring down my 8x. The 44's cancel. And then 180 minus 44 gives me 136. And then 8x is the same as saying 8 times x. So we would divide, opposite of multiplication is division. So we divide 8 from both sides. And then x equals 17. 17 times 8 does give me 36. Now the question is did I answer the question? In this case, if we go back to our problem, it says find the value of x. So yes, I did find the value of x. It was 17, so therefore I have answered the question asked. Next, key terms here I'm going to be sure to underline. So here we have now angle 6 and angle 7 form a linear pair. Now this was not one of our vocabulary words because it really isn't a term we see that often. But a linear pair, if you notice, the first 4 letters of linear is line. So a linear pair is a pair of angles that form a line. So if I have a line, I can draw my picture. I have a line, and it doesn't matter which way the arrow points. I just need to show that I have 2 angles that form a line. It says that angle 6 is 12 more than 4 times the measure of angle 7. So I'm going to call this angle 7. I'm going to call this angle 6. It doesn't matter how you label your diagram. But we have to now kind of translate. And if you remember, we have beginning of class, first couple days of class, we translated English terms to mathematical expressions, and there is a cheat sheet on Google Classroom that you can pull up for, and we describe what words mean addition, what words mean subtraction, multiplication, and division. So it says angle 6 is 12 more. Okay, well, 12 more is plus 12. More means addition, so I can say plus 12. Then 4 times. When we know 4 times means we're going to multiply by 4. Well, 4 times what? 4 times angle 7. Well, we don't know what angle 7 is, so I can label angle 7 with just the variable x, or n, or t, or whatever letter you prefer. So if angle 6 is 12 more than 4 times angle 7, that means 4 times angle 7 means 4 times whatever angle 7 is, and I labeled angle 7 to be x. So my algebraic expression for angle 6, I can write as 4x plus 12. Now we know, again, that a line has 180 degrees. So it's angle 6 plus angle 7 equals 180. Next, I'm going to substitute in the values for angle 6 and 7. Angle 6 was 4x plus 12. Angle 7 was just x because we don't know either measurement. And my line, or linear pair, equals 180 degrees. So first thing I want to do, I notice that I have 4x and I have x. So I want to combine like terms. So 4x plus x is going to give me 5x plus 12 equals 180. And then from here, we're going to do the exact same thing we did on our previous problem. To get x by itself, I need to subtract 12 from both sides so I can get x alone. So these 12s cancel, giving me 5x equals 168, I think. That's my mental math, so let me double check that with a calculator. Yep, 168. And then my last step, so here we subtracted, and our last step is always to divide when I have a whole number in front of my x. I'm going to divide by 5. And you'll notice that x is actually a decimal. 5 does not divide into 168 evenly. So x is going to equal 33.6. Okay, now, if I go back to my question, so we know x is equal to 33.6. If I go back up to my question says, find the measure of each angle. Okay, well, angle 7 was x. So that means angle 7 is equal to 33.6. Now, we can solve for angle 6 two ways. Angle 6 was 4x plus 12. I could take my 33.6 and plug it into x, and then simplify, which would be 4 times 33.6 plus 12. Or, because I know both angles add to 180, I could simply do 180 minus 33.6. Either option will give you the same answer, which is 146.4. Our last example here doesn't give you a diagram. So the first thing I want to do is I want to draw a picture based on the description given. So here I have WX, and notice how you've got the symbol over top with 2 arrows. That means that reads line WX and line YZ intersect at point V. Okay. We're given the measure of angle WVY and the measure for angle XVY. And we're going to solve for A and B. But the key word here is that WX is perpendicular to YZ. Now, perpendicular is one of our vocabulary words. And remember, perpendicular lines form right angles. So when I draw my diagram, what I'm going to have is a right angle. And I can label, it doesn't matter which line you label WX and which line you label YZ. Okay. Now here, let me fill in the information. We were given angle WVY. So and they intersect at point V. I left that out of my diagram. The measure of WVY, so that's this angle here, is 4A plus 58. And the measure of XVW, which is this, is 2B minus 18. Okay, now, when two lines intersect or are perpendicular to each other. You don't have just one right angle, because remember, each of these are lines. So that means if one angle is 90 degrees, 180 minus 90 is 90. So all 4 of these angles will equal 90 degrees. So to solve for each angle, I'm going to do 4a plus 58 equals 90. And then I'm going to do 2b minus 18 equals 90. So here we have just a 2-step equation. Solve for a and b, so I'm going to subtract 58 from both sides. So I get rid of my constants. So 90 minus 58 equals 32. And then my last step is to divide by 4, so a equals 8. Here, our second expression, 2b minus 18, we move our constants or numbers to the right side. I'm going to add 18 to both sides, giving me 2b equal to 108. Divide by 2, so b equals 54.